Hi, I'm Brenda, and welcome back to Daily Dose of. Now, 2020 has definitely been a very crazy year with a few ups and lots of downs. But something I've noticed is a lot of people have been introducing a lot of self-love, self-care more into their lives. And I thought, where can I find my better self? And I've concluded that I need to cut my phone out of my life. Brenda, what are you doing? No, not literally. I just mean a little less screen time. Now, if you have an iPhone, you'll know that it tracks your screen time, and mine has been a whopping 6 hours a day. That's a fourth of my day that I'm just scrolling away on my phone. So for the month of October, I'm gonna put this in a box. I'm not gonna use it. I think it's gonna build character. There's gonna be so many other things I could do. I could read more, play more games, and I could also hang out with a bunny. Now, is this actually gonna be a fun challenge? I don't know. Is it gonna be a doable challenge? I don't know. Do I just miss filming? Probably. So stay tuned and see what this month looks like.
Alright, I technically haven't even started yet, but I realized one of my biggest problems is I use my phone as my alarm. So there's this really old-fashioned alarm that's in my quarantine room. I'm just gonna try to set it. Good morning. It is day 1 without a phone. I am on my way to get a drive-through COVID test. It is 6:40 a.m. They open at 7 and it's like a first come first serve basis. Okay, another phone problem. I have to register online. But is it possible to register without my phone? No, it's fine. That was such a smooth experience. It was totally okay that I didn't register on my phone. They got my information from my license, and the woman was so sweet. So I'm gonna get my results in 3 to 4 days max, but she says maybe even sooner. All right, it is 8 a.m. and I found another thing I usually use my phone for, to hop onto the VPN for work. Although while I was waiting for my COVID test, I read a book instead of aimlessly scrolling on Instagram. So you could say I'm starting to build character. I tested negative for COVID, which means I can leave the quarantine room. Alright, I took everything off my walls in preparation to have it repainted. I just feel like this blue doesn't quite suit me anymore, and neither did the quotes on the wall. Man, our lavender's looking rough. Pants are a little tight after Chicago. We are gonna go to the paint store to pick up some samples and see what colors I actually want to paint my room tomorrow. Alright, we're at Benjamin Moore. Got a few paint samples and also some paint booklets. We haven't quite decided on a color, but they're also closing in 5 minutes, so we're just gonna take these home. I got my absentee ballot in the mail, and apparently there was a problem where 100,000 people in Brooklyn got the wrong absentee ballot, where like the outside has your name and the inside ballot doesn't have your name, and I'm one of those people, so now I have to register for a new one. Today, we are cutting my hair because it's gotten so long. It's so short! Can you tell that it's short? I've been missing New York a lot lately, and specifically a bacon, egg, and cheese on an everything bagel. So I got the ingredients to make my own. It's really quite simple. It's literally just
bacon, egg, and cheese. It's not the same. I used to go to like Baker's Dozen in Greenpoint. Michael would usually sleep over, and then we would get up in the morning and we would go get bagels. And then sometimes Kavya would come with because she lived in the neighborhood. You know what it is? These everything bagels are not as seasoned.
We have made it to All Seasons Orchard. We're gonna go apple picking today. This is our 1/4 of a peck. Wow, we really underestimated how big 1/4 is.
This is our first. First apple.
Got it. My mom specifically went to a row that they blocked off, and she's like, the apples are great because we're not allowed there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make your way over one row.
We are done picking our 1/4 peck of apples. Did you have fun?
Very fun.
We also stopped by the little shop and got pumpkin pie, apple cider donuts. We spent a hefty amount of money, and I understand why tickets are so expensive. Like half those apples were literally just on the floor or on the ground, and that's probably why the tickets were really expensive. But I would say this has been a very pleasant experience. So now we're ready to go home.
We have made it to the last day of painting. Prep work for painting a room is so much, like filling in nail holes, priming the walls if it's a darker color. I think that was just the most tedious part. The painting part, my favorite, quite relaxing, but everything else, I'm over it. Okay, this is the finished color the next day. It's looking great. It's a nice gray, green, very satisfied. It has officially been 2 weeks since I stopped using my phone, so I thought I would hop on here and give you guys a little update. From a feeling perspective, I think it's been great, especially when I leave the home. I'm truly disconnected. From a logistical point of view, there was a few hiccups in the beginning. I didn't calculate that I needed VPN from my phone in order to connect to my work laptop. In terms of taking pictures, I've just been bringing this camera around. I've noticed that I could just be vlogging a lot more, and normally I think I'm trying to capture photos on my phone, I'm trying to capture video on my camera, and then I feel really overwhelmed, which is completely self-caused, but that happens to me a lot. Another thing I've noticed is I've been using my iPad a lot more as a crutch. I don't have any of the social media apps downloaded on there. I've just been using iMessage to talk to people and FaceTime, and like been watching Netflix and stuff. So I think for the rest of the month, what I need to be working on is the screen time on my iPad. It's been thunderstormy and cold all week here. Been a little bit down mood-wise. I took a PTO today, but working from home creates a weird dynamic with PTO. I don't really know what to do with my time, and I end up feeling like I should be working. When we were going to an office, you know, just cutting out that commute and not going to a physical office already just feels like a vacation, even if I lie at home all day. But now I'm already home all day, and if the weather's horrible and I can't go anywhere, then I'm just sitting here all day. 3 hours later, and I'm finally done making my apple pies. These hand pies turned out so delicious. Oh my gosh, the crust is super crispy and the filling is delicious. I made a little video of it. I'll just add a card here. This really made the rainy day feel better. Happy Halloween! Today we are going to be going to the Illinois Starved Rock State Park. We're trying to save a tree, so you get your trail maps via QR code now. And now for another hour journey home. That was a lovely nature, fresh air. The weather today was lovely. Beautiful Halloween, well spent. We saw a lot of dogs with a lot of cute costumes. How was it?
Good.
Good? Lots of fun? Very pretty?
Very good.
Happy Halloween! Since it is the last day of the month, I thought I would carve a pumpkin while letting y'all know how the month has really been without a phone. I've actually never carved a pumpkin before. This feels unsafe. Yikes. Oh my god, yay! Now, as the month went on, I definitely realized that it's been more of a social media cleanse than a phone cleanse because I still used my laptop and iPad for communication purposes because I didn't really feel like I needed to cut myself off from my friends. Pros and cons of not using a phone. The first pro is just the absence of external validation. I was just scrolling so much on Instagram and comparing myself to everyone online, and I gotta say, not good for my mental health. A month of zero social media and not comparing myself to anyone online, comparing myself to my ideal self has been very mentally rewarding. That leads me into my second pro, which has been freeing my mind to be a little bit more creative. I've been making more videos. I feel like for a while my brain was just paralyzed. I stopped everything in its tracks before I even made it. I was like, like if I came up with an idea, I would already find reasons why that wouldn't be good enough. It's been easier to be like, hey, you know what? I want to make this. Fuck it. Let me just make this. The third one has been just the lack of distractions. Normally, I'm constantly on my phone every time I want a 2-minute break and scroll a little bit on Instagram, and it kind of gets to the point where the Instagram feed is like, you're all caught up or you're all updated. This is turning out well. Now on to a few cons. The biggest con that I've realized has just been logistical inconvenience. We are 100%, at least in America, living in a phone dependent world. Everywhere I turned, I kind of needed my phone for. When I'm trying to go somewhere new and I don't have Google Maps to tell me where to go, I have to memorize directions beforehand. Today when we were at the state park, they wanted to save paper and they were no longer offering paper trail maps, and you had to scan a QR code in order to get access to the map. And I also realized my parents' home phone doesn't have unlimited minutes because we're just all using our cell phones. So when I was making phone calls on my home phone, my mom was like, Brenda, you'll be paying for these minutes. And when was the last time we all paid for phone call minutes? That's so 2007. If I was meeting up with a friend and had to text them, hey, I'm here, I don't know how I would do that without a phone. That was just something that I think would normally be a con, but this month wasn't, but only because I didn't need to use it. I still can't believe this is something we trust children to do. So another con I have is just not being able to see my friends' life updates via social media. Since we're living in a pandemic and I'm not seeing them every day, I mean, I know we're Skyping, or not Skyping, who's Skyping? I know I'm FaceTiming and still talking to everyone, but the other day I missed Malaysia's live DJ set on Instagram. That was something that I probably would have really enjoyed to watch. Something I did remember but wasn't able to obviously test out is I get really anxious at parties a lot, and I kind of use my phone as a crutch a lot in the past. When you're standing alone at a party in the corner, if you're on your phone, it suddenly doesn't feel as weird, or it's like a good time filler. And so it kind of helped with that, which was a bad habit. Like, I should be challenging myself to be more engaging. So in normal times, if I had gone to a party and I was doing this challenge and didn't have my phone, I don't know if I would freak out more or if it would be able to push myself out of my comfort zone and talk to more people. I think on many levels, a social media cleanse was definitely the biggest pro here. It was the best for my mental health. The annoying of the logistics of not having my phone when I left the home, I don't know if anybody really needs that kind of cleanse. My little pumpkin is done. Can you guys tell what movie it's from? Pumpkin carving, 10 out of 10 experience. My apple pies are ready. So I think I'm just gonna wrap it up right here and actually watch The Nightmare Before Christmas, pop a little popcorn, eat my apple turnovers, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Like and subscribe, or Jack will come through your screen.